Hey leaders, I'm Brother Jackie and I'm your host of JC Impact Leadership, and I want to tell you I am so excited about how this is working. So many of you guys are connecting with me and sharing some ideas with me, and I love that. So you guys are really locking in and you're telling other people and they're engaging in that. So I want to thank you for that. You know, we've been talking about how do you develop a team, a dream team of winners, and last week we talked about how that you are to create an environment so that that will be conducive to your team. And wow, I'm telling you, we could talk about that forever and ever and ever, because I think environment is very important in order to develop that. So we got to have the environment, and then we have to figure out in this next section, I want to talk about how do you find your potential leaders. What do you do with people around you that you want to kind of help them maximize their skill, everything they bring to the table? How do you push people up in order to build that dream team? You know, you look at your environment, you kind of check it all out, and again, I want to go on record to say that I could literally spend many of these sessions talking about environment, and I want to make sure you understand that, because I think you got to look in you, around you, above you. You got to look at all that. But let's move on now to talk about how do you develop potential leaders. Now, I want to make sure you understand this. You gotta, when you look at your people around you, you got to find the one thing that you believe is the potential leader's greatest asset. Now, I want to make sure you understand that. When you look at people, you've got to look at your people and you've got to say, okay, what is the one asset that that person brings to the team? And you've got to give you've got to give 100% encouragement in that area. Now, did you hear that? So when you look at your team, you look at them individually and you ask yourself, what is the one asset that that person brings to the bigger picture, and you want to give 100% encouragement to that person in that area. And I believe that when you think about that and because none of us are good at everything. You know, all of us have strengths, all of us have weaknesses, but you've got to remember this. Write this down. I didn't come up with this, but boy, this is a beautiful statement. You got to believe that everybody is a 10 in some area. That is, there is something in somebody in the people around you, there is something that they are really good at. So what do you want to do? You want to laser look at that. What is the one asset that they have, that they bring to the team, that you can give 100% encouragement to them concerning their asset? Now remember, everybody's a 10 in some area. Look for the leader within the person. Look for the asset within the person. There is no future in any job. You got to know that. The future lies within the person who holds the job. Take the leader with vision. You're a leader. You got to have a vision so that you can see the future leader within the person. In other words, when you look at people around you, you've got to be able to see where can they go with you. What can they bring to the table? How can you help them develop? How can you grow them? How can you mature them? How can you maximize their asset? How can you encourage them in that? And there's a million different ways to look at that. So make sure you find the one asset that the people on your team bring, individualize that asset, encourage that asset, and then provide opportunities for them to grow in their area that they're a 10 in. You've got to realize, we got to look at the potential leaders around us and ask us, what does this person need in order to grow? And I love doing that, y'all. I love to look at people and go, man, she's good at this. How can I help her become successful? Or he's good at that. How can I help him become successful? See, I'm a firm believer that if you're going to be a leader that's going to help your team grow, and you're going to really move forward, you got to be the leader that's willing to make the investment in those people to help them become successful, because I'm a firm believer, if they're successful, you'll be successful. So you got to do that. You see, sometimes people, you've got to get out of this mindset that you're a manager of people. You'll always be behind if you do that. You're not a manager, because managers are maintainers. What you want to do is, you don't want to be a manager of people. You want to be an investor in people. And as a leader, you can do that. So as you think about that, invest in people. Great leaders share themselves and invest in other people. When you share yourself and you invest in other people and you maximize their assets that they bring to the team, and you help them develop their assets so that they can be successful, you'll be successful. Listen, my friend, don't be a solo artist. You can't do that. You want to build a dream team. I love building teams. And I believe that when we do that, oh my goodness, we can go so much further together than we could alone. So I want to encourage you, create your environment, starting with you and that around you, and then develop your potential leaders. And I believe that when you do that, you're going to find yourself really and truly developing a dream team that will help you go a long way and help you accomplish much in your organization and even in your own personal life. Listen, I'm glad you tuned in. Give me some feedback. Holler back at me. Let's talk about it. And I look forward to seeing you next week at the same time. Until then, go to the website. Visit our website at jcimpact.org. God bless you. I believe in you. I believe in you. You're a leader, and I believe in you.